Welcome to my review of The Babadook. The Babadook is directed by Jennifer Kent. It stars Essie Davis and a bunch of other very talented actors and actresses. Now, the premise of the movie follows the story of a mother who is played by Essie Davis and her son, and basically her son has behavioral problems and he has a lot of night terrors, and then what ends up happening that the mother ends up reading a book to her son that is titled The Babadook, and the son ends up getting scared of this book to the point that the mother then starts believing that this character within this book is actually real, and it's basically messing with her life and her son's life at home. Now, going into this movie, I didn't really know what to expect out of it, aside from I've been hearing nothing but great things about it prior to going to see it, and after watching it, I have to say I understand why so many people like this movie, because it's one of the more original horror movies that we've seen in a long time, like horror thriller movies that we've seen in a long time. And I personally appreciate an original horror movie because those are rare to find nowadays, unfortunately. I was hoping to really enjoy this movie as an original piece and something that I've never seen before, and hopefully as something that would personally scare me. And I have to say this movie hit a lot of those marks, but there were some aspects in this movie that I just absolutely did not like. Now, the biggest aspect of this movie that I just absolutely did not like was the kid actor. Like, I'm very picky when it comes to kid actors or just kid characters in movies personally, and this character in this movie, this little kid, was just absolutely annoying. Like, he had behavior problems, which is okay, that's, you know, adding to the story, but the way the little kid acted was just so over the top and so extra that it just absolutely annoyed me. Like, I felt for the mother. Like, I just felt very violent watching this movie. Like, I'm like, if I was the mother of that child, the things I would do to him, I would have preferred to watch a movie about just this woman rather than watching a movie about a mother who is dealing with a situation. Added to that situation is a son that she has that is misbehaved, and I felt like that really took me out of the movie, and I would have preferred them to just focus on Essie Davis's character. But aside from that, I have to say the Babadook, like, creature character thing was freaking excellent. There were moments in the movie with that character they were really creepy. Like, I found myself looking away from the screen and being like, okay, this is gonna be one of those jump scares, I'm not sure. But I have to say, were there many jump scares in this movie? I can't really pinpoint a lot of jump scares in this movie. And if they were, I can't recall any of them right now, so that's a good thing, I would say. There's just a lot of very creepy, like, dark, quiet moments in this movie. So overall, I did enjoy a lot of aspects in the movie, but just the whole thing with the child just really brought down the film for me. But there was a lot of good things about this movie, but again, the child actor, or character mainly, I can't blame the actor because he's only doing his job, but that character of that child was just too much for me to really want to bear. If he did not exist in this movie, I would have probably absolutely loved this film as a horror thriller, because it did a lot of things that I feel like a lot of horror movies aren't doing anymore when it comes to being just original and creative and actually being creepy and scary. This movie did a lot of things that really worked for a horror movie. So I definitely recommend this movie to anybody who enjoys a good horror movie or just horror movies in general. Check this one out because this is one of the good ones of 2014. And overall, I can't see people really not liking the movie as a whole, because there's a lot of aspects in this movie where they were pretty damn good. So that is my review of The Babadook. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Nightcrawler is directed by Dan Gilroy. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Renee Russo, Bill Paxton, and a bunch of other very talented actors and actresses. Now, the movie follows the story of a guy named Lou, who is played by Jake Gyllenhaal. He is a guy who is very peculiar. He doesn't have a job. He does really odd things to make money, and then he so happens to fall onto the whole crime journalism thing.